Hey, what's up, people? This is your homeboy Max again. Instead of the morning, it's actually the evening. It's roughly 7 o'clock down here in Houston, Texas, and I'm chilling at an abandoned mall again. And I've decided that I think I'm gonna make a video this evening. So I just got off of work about an hour ago. And I decided to get a venti iced caramel macchiato at Starbucks because I'm actually about to, what do they say, turn it up? I don't play football, but anyways, I'm about to do my second workout of the day. I already did my early morning one around 6:30 a.m. and I'm about to do my my evening workout, so that's going to be very exciting. And so today, this evening, I wanted to talk about something that's kind of been on my mind also, and that is people who shouldn't give advice. And one of the things that I've kind of noticed about my generation is that, which is millennials, is that we're not as, we call people out more, I think, call people out more who, we call people out for giving unwanted advice, because I know that in the past a lot of times, like, older people, especially like Gen Xers and baby boomers or whatever, they always try to give advice to the younger generations, even when it's not asked for. And one of the things that a lot of my friends and me myself have kind of noticed is that it's kind of rude, it's kind of condescending, because I know a lot of older people just want to help. But at the same time, when you give unwanted advice to someone, basically what that's kind of saying is that, I have experience, I know what I'm doing, I'm smart, you don't know what you're doing, you're younger and less experienced, let me raise you to my level. And that's something that I have a huge problem with, because for one, and I don't want to sound like a jerk in this video, although it's going to be inevitable, but for one, if I don't respect you, and if I don't admire your lifestyle, I'm not going to want to take any advice from you. And as harsh as that sounds, I know that, like, most people probably feel the same way on the inside. Like, for example, let's say that I'm someone who's an atheist, for example, and someone who's like a hardcore Christian comes up to me and tries to give me advice saying, you're not going to live a happy life because of, this, that, and the other thing. One day you're going to realize that, Jesus or Muhammad or whomever is the truth, the way, well, not Muhammad, I mean, in Christianity it's Jesus, and, blah, 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 Jesus is the truth and the way and the life. And someone who doesn't really believe in that or doesn't really care about that is not going to want to hear your lousy advice. It's just going to come off as condescending. And so one of the things I really hate is people who give unwanted advice. I understand that you're trying to help, but 9 times out of 10 it just comes off as rude and condescending, because basically inadvertently you're telling someone, hey, I've got my life together, I'm up here, let me raise you to my level. And people who like to give advice, unwanted advice, they oftentimes get negative reactions from people and they don't understand why. And in this video I'm actually going to explain to you exactly why that is. Sorry about that. I will get this issue fixed one day. But yeah, but that's basically what I just explained to you is basically the reason why some people may respond negatively to your advice. I mean, other than the fact that it might just be garbage advice, a lot of people, in a way, it's kind of inadvertently talking down to someone. You're basically kind of implying that someone is less experienced than you or someone knows less than you, and no one wants to be told that. And so that's just one thing I wanted to kind of talk about today, is just people who inappropriately give unwanted advice. And so my tip for you is that unless someone admires you and respects you and wants your advice or asks for your advice, don't give it. Don't try to be a sage or a sensei or some kind of teacher and think that you're just going to, teach someone the way of life, because if someone doesn't like your lifestyle or doesn't respect it, they're not going to want to follow in your footsteps in the first place. And so that's my advice for people who, I don't know if there's a term for it, but people who excessively give others advice, unwanted advice. It's a no-no. And if I were you, I would be super cautious in the future.